Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Brother Harmon here. We have some very unique situation here that we get to administer the sacrament at home. And this is actually a very special and very sacred treat that we all get to do. Because normally the sacrament obviously is administered during sacrament meeting at church. And you're only actually allowed to administer the sacrament at home when you have been authorized by the bishop to do so. And this special permission has been granted by the stake presidency and through Bishop Phillips. So what we thought we would do here is to give just a brief demonstration on how to do this at home. Now, obviously, you don't have the trays and the linens that we have at the sacrament table in the church, but try to keep the sacrament under the same reverence and the same understanding of what really is the purpose of the sacrament. It is one of our most sacred ordinances we get to do, and we get to participate in every week. So as you can see here, I have just grabbed a white towel and placed a plate on here. I've got a piece of bread. You can also use a cracker. Well, we use crackers for for gluten, for the gluten-free individuals in our congregation. So I have 2 cups here. Obviously, I'll use 4 cups tomorrow with my family. I recommend, especially with what's going on, that don't share the cups. Just everybody use their, pour 4 different cups of water. And I also have here 2 different things. I mean, you can use another towel. These are for when you're blessing the water and the bread, that you can place in either another towel or a paper towel over what's not being blessed. We do that at the church because you're only blessing one thing at a time, and you don't want to have both open at the same time. Couple things to remember. The priesthood has to administer and bless and pass the sacrament. Just a real brief reminder: deacons, they can pass the sacrament. A teacher, if you hold the priesthood of a teacher or position of a teacher, you can prepare the sacrament. That's setting it up, and putting the bread out and the water out. And then a priest, if you have at least the priest position, then you can bless the sacrament. As a priest, you can bless, pass, and administer and set up the sacrament. Obviously, if you have the Melchizedek priesthood, you hold all 3 of those positions, so you can do all 3. This is a unique opportunity to let the members of the Aaronic priesthood in your family help out. Tomorrow, I will be setting up the sacrament, and I'll be blessing it, but I will give it to Matthew for him to pass around to the members of our family, and then he'll give it to me, and I'll give it to him. Just so you know, when you bless the sacrament, one of the things about the blessing of the sacrament is the prayers have to be exact. As you notice in sacrament meeting, even if there's a little bit of a missed word or an added word, we've asked the priest to re-say the blessing. One of the nice things about sacrament prayer, when they're saying the blessing, if they go back and make the correction during the prayer, it's fine and we let it go. The blessing or the sacrament prayers can be found on the Church Tools app, and under the picture that says Jesus Christ. And then up at the very top it says sacramental prayers. And then you have the blessing on the bread and the blessing on the water. So before you do either of the blessings, just a real quick reminder, you want to break the bread or tear it apart. And obviously, depending on the size of the family, is how big of pieces you really want to do. That's up to you. I'm sure if you're in the Howard home, you're going to get nice homemade bread. But the rest of us, we can use store-bought bread. You just do it like that. Same thing with a cracker. Even though the crackers are small, part of blessing the sacrament, in the representation of the sacrament, is the cracker has to be broken as a representation of what happened to the Savior. And you don't have to break it down to a whole bunch of little teeny tiny pieces. You can do it to whatever, what size you want inside your home. Then you get down on both knees and you say your prayer. And I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to record a blessing or record an ordinance, but you just read it from here. And once you're done, then you would give it to the teacher, or if you want to, you can go around and pass it around yourself to your family. And this is the one instance that if you're just in your family, you can't administer the sacrament to yourself after doing the sacrament to others. Then the same thing is, when you say the blessing, so if you're saying the blessing on the bread, cover up the water, say the blessing on the bread. Then when you're done with the bread, cover up the bread tray, or with whatever you have. I apologize, my fan is blowing it off here. And then do the blessing on the water. And then you, again, just take the water around to each person in the family, and they can drink it. I actually probably put a little too much water in these cups, but that's it. And so, if you have any questions,
There's in the scriptures too.
well, you can find the blessings. Cher was just reminding me, the blessings are also in Doctrine and Covenants section 20, and also they are found in Moroni 4 and 5. But you have to be real careful, because they do say in their wine, and you'll need to switch it to water when you're doing that. But I recommend you just doing it off this is what we use in church. If you have any questions, you can feel free to contact your ministering person. You can contact a member of the Elders Quorum Presidency or a member of the bishopric. We'll be more than happy to try to assist you there. Now, if you don't have any priesthood in your home to administer sacrament to you, please let us know, so that we can find some way to get a member of the Aaronic priesthood over to your house, or your ministering person over to your house, because we want everybody to be able to partake of the sacrament. And we certainly pray and hope that everything blows over quickly here with this virus, and that we'll be able to gather together soon back in the church. We love you very much, and we are praying for you. Have faith and be kind to one another. Thanks.